production on it, so it'll be better than just your average live.
Sure.
Gonna be amazing.
Now, Jason, I have a question about your background on Zoom. Obviously, that's a fake background.
I have a question about your background.
But is it a fake background of your real living room?
It is. This is my house
right now, or is that like last year?
About 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Nice.
Different dog on the couch.
Yeah, my dead
TV
dog
now.
is actually behind me
Oh.
now.
Wow. Way to bring
the mood
It's a lot,
down.
Tony.
Let's talk
Good job,
about
Tony.
Maisie.
Like, why are you
Merry
even named
Christmas.
Tony if you're not Italian? I just don't understand.
Recording.
I have a lot of questions.
No, I'm recording this.
Michael, we
garbage.
can talk about it later. We also did a thing where we did I think more than once, a repeated reenactment of a text chain that people had feelings about, where my older brother and older sister attempted to figure out how much ice cream to order, and were incredibly bad at communicating, and everybody else on the text chain was like, I'm not getting involved in this.
What ice cream did you end up with?
And how much?
The
More
issue was the
importantly, how much?
quantity. Yeah, the issue was the
Oh.
quantity.
Not
And
enough.
What
my
kind of
sister
ice cream
had
did you get?
I'm
suggested-
guessing way too much.
Yeah, they ended up
There's
with way
no
too
such
much.
thing.
Well, I guess there
no.
was. My sister suggested 5 pints, which was probably a little low, but like
5
basically
pints
my
of
brother,
spumoni.
my brother was enraged that such a thing would even be suggested.
I've changed my background to be thematically appropriate.
Wow.
All
I know.
right,
I'm like looking for a
Beautiful.
background now too, because obviously.
And the Christmas tree.
Jason, are we live? I don't even know when I should stop
Yeah.
telling embarrassing stories about Dan.
It's too late.
so-
Never.
Wait, that had Dan in it? The ice cream
No.
had Dan in it?
Dan,
I was
is my
in the
brother.
ice cream.
Crazy night.
It was
Um,
Dan
He
and
also
Jerry's.
brought ice cream over. It was like,
Can we do one of my favorite Christmas traditions at the Incomparable, which is when Glenn tells his Christmas joke that I've heard 24 times? And
Oh, I don't know. I've had to
I love
retire
it.
that one. I thought.
Not even
No, no.
commercially?
It's-
Well,
is it-
now you've ruined it, Jason.
That's,
But
well, it's
No,
appropriate
it
too,
was.
though.
I was honoring Glenn
pre-ruined.
by ruining it.
yeah, Glenn, would you like to?
Honoring me.
Would you like to tell a story about telling a story about the joke?
Yes.
No,
yes,
no,
I
let's
would.
set,
I mean,
let's set
Steve
this up.
Lutz.
Let's set this up.
Traditionally,
Glenn.
Steve Lutz needs to be here.
Hey, Glenn, Merry Christmas.
Oh, well, I don't exactly. Only started celebrating Christmas recently. In college, I didn't celebrate Christmas at all.
Not even
and-
commercially?
Ba-dum-bum.
Scene.
There we go.
Good night, everybody.
and
Merry
we're
Christmas.
done.
Accept it, Glenn.
God bless you, Steve Lutz.
Live stream / bootleg members, if you have not inferred already, we are going to be recording a very special 10th edition of Mind Meld, which, hey, you know what 10 is like? It's like X in Roman numerals. And you know what holiday is the most X?
10 miss.
Yeah, we were
10
celebrating 10
The X-Men, yay!
Yay!
tennis.
Cyclops' favorite holiday.
Did you
Dan,
know
you're
that?
gonna ruin it.
Did you know that Tintinnabula means to ring a bell in Latin?
Yes.
Oh yes, but you know who invented
No.
that
I'm
word?
not sure. I'm not sure.
I
still
did not know that.
Do you know who invented that word?
Me.
Nope.
I
Caesar?
believe Edgar Allan Poe coined that word.
Tintin
Wait,
Nebula.
it's not
Wait.
real Latin?
I think it is real
I mean-
Latin.
It's still.
Well, all words are made up.
Wait,
All words are
Wait.
real Latin. If you're
I'm
confused.
confused.
I'm
so
very confused.
Oh, no, in fact, wait. Wikipedia says often
great.
wrongly thought to be his own coinage.
Not
Are you
even
looking at the,
commercially.
He
Are you looking at the
popularized it.
Wikipedia page for Glenn
That's-
Fleischman? Often wrongly.
Yes.
All right, this
Exactly.
is. I just want to
We're
say
doing, this is the energy we're
this
Mind
is
Meld
great
energy
energy.
right now,
Popularized it,
It
though.
is technically Sunday
Yep.
at 4:00, but it is in my time zone. But you were all bringing like Thursday Thanksgiving drunkenness.
Yeah,
to this,
yeah, yeah.
You know. Um,
I am like legit on painkillers and
Oh.
some sweet
Oh.
painkillers, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Is this recreationally or commercially?
No, for actual
Not
pain.
even
Oh no! What's going on?
Well, that's what they all say.
Ask you. I want to ask you
Wow.
secrets, but I
For
hope-
pain.
All right, so I think we should try and do this thing where we play a game. The important thing is everybody has a form where you're going to be able to put in answers. You may want to remember how to take a screenshot or write down your answers if you are of a certain age where remembering things is hard. That age is 25 and up.
It's like it is now.
Yeah, this
How many
will
dice
be.
do we need for this?
You don't need any dice.
Okay,
I will also
just
tell
checking.
you the Christmas edition or 10 Miss edition of Mind Meld is
Thank
a
you.
little bit faster moving in that all the rounds are pre-selected. You will not have to choose for your
thank
topics
God.
for round. So
Yeah, it just
I
means that
didn't have
Tony
time
and
to write
I,
that many.
Tony and I have to pretend to
Yeah,
be
it'll be great.
bantering. It's gonna be it'll be
We'll be-
interesting. We don't have a topic.
Nope, I got it all
Banter.
figured out. And let me open up a timer on YouTube.
Are we live on YouTube?
No,
We
but
are.
I'm using a.
Yes.
We are
Oh,
also,
we are.
also yes,
Ah!
but
no,
No,
but
he said.
No, but
everyone is
yes.
honoring me today with their wrongness.
if you
I
ever need a
appreciate it.
timer with a visual component, you had to show in a meeting or on a Zoom or something, you could just
Yes.
search for timer on YouTube of various
Oh.
minutes, and you get that. It's very
That's
There's
some
also
life
an
hack.
add-on in the Zoom.
Wait, on
Yeah.
YouTube
Oh,
or on
really?
Google?
on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah,
Works.
a
That's
common
cool.
thing used for classroom activities.
Neat.
All right.
Are they
Uh,
uploaded by different people, or is it actually like an applet built into Google? I mean, YouTube.
And do the
Is this
ads
Definitely uploaded by.
count
There is
as
one guy who
time?
seems to have done timers of
Yeah.
many minutes,
That's
and he has
amazing.
cornered the timer market.
It's
I-
good
Good
too
job.
because the risk
Well
of like
done.
you searching for 5 minutes and like some wag putting up like a 4 minute and 10 second
Right.
timer is
Yeah.
Look,
Or
these are
just
not
macro,
approved
is
by
what
the
I'm saying.
National Institute of Standards and Technologies, but you know,
Yet.
Approved by
This
random.org.
You have to go to NIST for that.
Ah,
We bring the
Getting
timer
misty
to
now.
you.
we have to do the thing that is the hardest, which is to actually start the game show. And in honor of that, I just closed the tab with my script for what to do.
Oh yeah, man, that is the
You're
Yeah.
stuff.
doing so
This
good.
is a
Bringing-
holiday
bringing good
party
energy.
already.
Jolly, jolly. It's
Meant
a
to click on
jolly,
the tab
jolly,
and click the
jolly.
X. Everything's great. So
Yeah.
I think we should
Don't
do
click
that
the X,
jolly,
Tony.
jolly, jolly.
so that all the rest of this can be on the actual episode. Do people feel okay about that?
I don't know what you
Yeah,
said.
what-
'cause other
Whatever
people were
is
talking.
something that
Yeah,
is
no, it's cool.
whoever what you said.
You're fine. And this is your last and final reminder, your Steve Lutz reminder to actually record.
Recording.
Recording.
All right.
Recording.
I hit it twice. Is that right?
Oh, no.
I've been recording for days now. It's
Does
all
red
double
mean
recording.
recording or red mean ready to record?
Or
Um,
stop to record?
red.
I don't know.
need to
That means
record.
stop
me.
usually.
Welcome back to Mind Meld. It's me, Tony Sindelar, and I will be your game person for today. That's right. We're playing Mind Meld, the competitive game show about mental well-being and being present. And no, it's not about any of those. But before I get into anything further, I need a scorekeeper. Who's that up on the rooftops? Kathy, get down from there. That's very dangerous.
But I don't have a ladder. How
It's
do I
so
get down?
snowy. Jump up.
You'll
Ah,
catch
why
me.
did you do this? Kathy, how's it going?
It's going great, Tony. We're doing fantastic, and we have some other friends with us too. to
Oh.
be fantastic!
Tell me about those people.
All right, I'm going to introduce them with my absolute best introductions I've ever written. They are very good. No, they're not, but that's fine because you're a mean one, Mr. Glenn Fleischman.
Hello, with the finger by my nose, up and away I go.
All right, we are walking in a winter Micah Sargent land. Hi, Micah.
Oh, hello. Ho, 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 etc.
Jason Snells, Jason all the way.
Jingle, and I can't emphasize this enough. Jingle.
All right, get ready to have yourself a very merry Dan Morin miss. Hey, Dan.
I'm all ready for 8 crazy nights of this.
Oh, and then all I want for Christmas is a Netwerstra.
And all I want is an episode with no sports questions.
All right. I can almost promise that.
I'm like confident.
Technically, there's no
Maybe.
questions in my mouth. It's just things.
Sure, sure.
So, if for some reason this is the first episode of Mind Meld you've ever listened to, I'm sorry.
Wow.
What a great one to start on.
Yeah.
Mind Meld is the game about being the same. Our lovely panel will be presented with a category and have to identify 5 things in that category, and they get points for matching with other people and bonus points for matching a lot. It's really not that exciting, but the more matching, the better.
Way to sell it, Tony.
Kathy,
Way to sell it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
seriously.
There's
whatever.
One thing that's
I-
important about the holidays, it's matches.
I need to be really clear here. There is no money riding on this.
Matchmakers.
A lot of side
It's-
bets, though.
Yeah, a lot of side bets,
bets.
which I do
Mhm.
not get a taste of. So yeah, and remember, you can play Mind Meld at home. So if you are trapped in a car with children, you could be playing this right now, or you could just turn
In
this
your
up
head.
louder to drown out their sounds. This podcast solves a lot of problems you didn't even know you had.
Mm.
In this special Xmas version of Mind Meld, the rounds have been pre-selected for the panelists. That is my gift to you. Kathy, you kindly introduced our players in order of play,
Yes.
which doesn't really matter right now, but it's just something I thought I'd mention. Players, you have your Google form, not a sponsor, ready, and you are going to be thinking about the top 5 answers to what you think other people will put for this prompt. And your prompt is the best reindeer. That's right, the best reindeer. Not the worst reindeer, the best reindeer. Kathy and I will now talk about something unrelated to reindeers, so as not to influence you in any way.
My immediate
whatsoever.
thought was the best elves, but then
Mm.
I couldn't think of any elf names.
I was going to say, I immediately
other than
fell
Buddy
on-
the elf.
Well, I started naming them, and I realized I was naming dwarf.
That is
Yeah.
such a Tony answer.
I
I'm here
got
for it.
about 3 in before I forgot the rest of it. So I can name 3 of the 7 dwarves that are
Okay,
not elves.
well, which three can you name?
Doc.
Mhm.
Is there one that's called Sneezy? And there's definitely one called
Please say
Happy.
Gimli. Please say Gimli.
Gimli is.
You have my tree.
Yeah.
So elves. What elves can I name? Legolas. He's a pretty good elf.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I immediately forgot that technically Lord of the Rings elves are elves.
Elves are, yeah. Celebrimbor, I think, is a little hard to take seriously as a name that someone wrote down in a book, but that's an elf.
Yeah.
Spoilers, maybe not your best elf.
Celebrimbor times, come on.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
those
that
are-
Tolkien is
those
such a
are-
classicist. He's like, it's got to be pronounced with a hard C because he's
Yeah.
Oh,
clearly a
absolutely.
jerk.
I'm noticing that we have reindeer
actually,
answers from Dan, Glenn, Jason, and Annette, but not.
And Micah.
And
Micah.
Micah.
All
You're
right.
The Wire.
It's
Now the
really
part where I
hard when you
just
guys
kind of-
talk.
I
Yeah,
know.
well, that's what we do, so that it's not just
That's
dead
part of
air,
it.
because it's technically a podcast.
What is this?
And
Low def?
Licensing music is expensive, and this is the part where I vamp while Kathy intently does math. So it's just me,
To the
just kind of
public
Vamping
domain
all
celebrating.
alone.
You could have somebody
Yeah.
with a
Vamping all the way.
ukulele playing Christmas music.
What's the
Or sorry,
what-
Tenmas
We
music.
could sing while we're doing
public-
questions.
public domain Christmas carols? What are they?
I mean, all the
yes,
hymns.
We have no
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Bananas.
We have no bananas today.
Happy Christmas to you.
I'll just
No, is
remind
that-
you not to, not to do
that's fine.
anything.
That was good.
Might,
That was good.
Might
Happy
poison
Christmas,
later
Duncan.
rounds. All right. It looks like our answers are in. I guess I mentioned order of play before, so we should probably do that.
Yes.
Glenn, do you remember the names of the reindeers that you provided us with?
I actually was just old enough and young enough to remember them. I made a list. Rudolph,
Mhm.
Prancer, Dancer, Vixen, and Sven.
Can you explain what happened with Sven there?
I thought so. Okay, so here's my thinking. I was like, we read that story every year. I kind of know. I don't know if I can name all the reindeer, but I can name too many of them for like casual purposes. So I thought, does everybody remember all the reindeer? But you remember the first ones on Dancer, Prancer. I figure Vixen might stand out. So I thought, if I'm relying on imperfect memory of reindeers by my friends, perhaps they would run out and they go, "Oh, Sven from Frozen," because I don't know. So I put Sven in there,
Oh.
thinking that might be the reindeer that is not from the poem that
Mhm.
people would remember when they couldn't. We ran out of.
I apologize.
Before
I did not
Christmas
know that
reindeers.
Sven was actually the name of reindeer, not
Oh.
just Glenn being Glenn.
So
Glenn,
uncool,
Sven.
Tony.
Yeah.
Nope. I've
You know,
just.
I have not seen
Sven was
Frozen.
he was retired.
Yeah.
Retired from the reindeer. He went to live
Oh,
on a
they-
reindeer
They
farm.
Your
put
name
his
doesn't
number
rhyme
up
well
in the
enough.
rafters in the reindeer barn. Oh.
Well, it was
Nope.
Sven
Yeah.
and Glenn, and it just didn't work
Yeah.
out. You know what they say.
All right, so Glenn, you know what? You get some points there because I believe you have correctly named some reindeer, and we'll see if anyone else has named
They're
any of
all
those reindeer.
reindeer.
They're all reindeer. No one
But
can
the
take that
correct,
from you.
Look.
don't forget, Mind Meld is not about correct answers.
right.
It's,
It's
about
about-
what everyone else
Right, but
guesses.
but
I was
Yeah.
working on
Famous
trying-
answers.
it often helps to be correct, though.
Yes.
It does
starter.
often help to be correct.
Or
at
wrong
least
in just the right way.
consistently
Or-
You know, you
or
could
at
just
least-
make things up.
All
know
right.
your
Been there.
companions.
Yes.
And know
Yeah.
whether or not they are likely to be right.
Let's check in with Micah Sargent. Micah, were you able to name 5 reindeers that are in fact reindeer?
I was. Up first is Glurp. No, I'm just kidding. Rudolph is my first one. I figured people would get that.
Yep.
I happen to know all of the reindeer, and I was thinking
Personally?
Yes, actually.
my God.
And I was thinking,
Wow, glenning much? Oh.
maybe people will be clever here and go with the ones later on in the list. So I chose Blitzen as my second one. Then in honor, I don't know why this sticks out to me, but I remember one year I was playing some incomparable thing or doing some incomparable thing, and I was saying the names of the reindeer, and I said Donder.
Right.
And I remember Erica Ensign saying to me specifically, I love that you got that right. And so I
Yeah.
felt like there are also other clever pedants on the panel that would also go with Donder. So I included Donder. Cupid's easy to remember because Cupid. And then because we've got Space Geeks, I also went with Comet, both a cleanser and the name of a reindeer.
I'm a
Very,
cleanser.
very nice, Micah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Obviously, Micah's going to get a bunch of points there. Jason, you're next in the order. Were you able to name 5 reindeer?
Yeah, I actually am regretting not picking. I thought about, I should say, Blitzen, and because German Glenn might pick it, but I didn't go there. I did go with the common. Now I find it funny that also Glenn seems to be focused on A Visit from St. Nicholas, the poem. Whereas I think many of us focus on the more musical lyrics to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which also name all of them. So I started with Dasher, but then I wanted to go a little bit later in the list. And yes, Comet and Cupid are pretty good names. So I threw those in there. Rudolph, of course, is my number one. And just hoping somebody would be a little too smart, I put down Olive, the other reindeer.
Oh,
Olive.
Olive.
I love Olive.
No one else put down Olive. The other
Well.
Olive and
like-
Check it
Sven
out.
are
It's
off
an
there
animated
in the
special,
corner.
Animated
Yeah.
reindeer.
Sorry,
not
Olive.
allowed.
It's a
with
good
Michael
pick.
Stipe in it, among other people.
Mm.
I kind of like it.
I think that brings us around to Dan. Dan, were you able to name some reindeer?
I was able to name some reindeer. I was just reading my kid A Visit to St. Nicholas, and that's where I learned that Donder originally was Dunder, which is German also for thunder, which is how you get thunder and lightning, which I never really put together. But that's
Wait, is
cool.
it Donder?
It's
I know
originally Dunder, but it was then
Yeah,
turned
originally
into
Dunder.
Donder,
With a
and then was
U.
corrupted into Donner.
Donner.
So
Yeah.
it's
With a
really
U.
gone
But
far.
Oh
With
my
a
God.
U.
At
Yeah.
Ellis Island with that
Wow.
reindeer with his
It was,
Ellis
It was
Island.
Dundorowitz, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went with Rudolph because you got to go with Rudolph.
Number one
and then I
reindeer.
just went by
number one reindeer.
by ones with names that I thought were cool / I like. Blitzen, come on,
Yes.
great name.
Yeah.
Vixen, also a solid name.
Yeah.
I did go with Cupid, which I also think was solid. And then I went with Dasher, which I both like his name, and it's the first one, so I felt like it was good.
Yeah,
You know,
good
people
choice.
remember those things.
Well,
so.
welcome to Mind Meld, a game where we put things in a list that's 7 long and have people pick 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
the
somehow we
right
got
5.
Oh, that's
9 out of the 7.
Yeah.
Jason,
Picks,
Jason,
too,
don't
so-
forget that Kathy could take away points.
I
Okay,
don't
just
know.
be chill, be
I'm
chill.
observing. I think this is one of the brilliant things about Mind Meld. Actually, is exactly this, which is you start getting really arbitrary about what you
That's
choose.
true.
Yes.
Well,
And this is exactly why I picked this one.
well,
This is the
not that lists are better than others, but they are worth more points in terms of numbers. And I would like to point out, first of all, Dan, everybody has successfully named reindeer, so you're all gonna get points. You're all gonna get points. Don't fight
Everyone
with me.
gets Rudolph.
But everyone, and we're not done yet. We'll hear from one more person soon. But everybody got Rudolph. Everybody also put Rudolph in the number 1 position.
Yes.
Well, yes, he leads the reindeer.
Yes.
I just want to say
The name
like,
of
the
the
best
song
one.
and the movie.
Don't put the guy with the red nose at the back.
No, it's
Unless
just-
he's facing backwards as like a
I just
strike
want to
light.
say that is some powerful PR for Rudolph, number 1 reindeer on everybody's list, because everybody's list is basically Rudolph and some stuff.
Yes.
So, but Dan, careful listeners will notice that Dan so far is the first person to list reindeer exclusively that other people have listed.
Done.
Done. So Dan is going to pick up the first Meld point of the games. Dan gets 3 points for having everything that he listed be something that somebody else has listed.
Yep,
Kathy,
definitely
did
not
you
1
all?
point.
Am I
but-
saying / doing any of that correctly?
Yes, actually,
All right,
I
cool.
did it incorrectly. So
Nope,
it's
we're
fixed
good.
now.
We're good. We're good. Good.
Set. We're doing great. Although there's no running total in the
Yep.
spreadsheet. Yeah.
Everything's great. Working on a
Everything's
spreadsheet right
awesome.
now.
How many of these have you've done? 10 is what you're telling me. This is 10.
Number 10.
Mike, I just realized what you look like. People listening can't understand this, but it's all right. It reminds me, it's like a Christmas themed Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Is it Jumby? What was the genie's name?
Jambi, the genie.
Jambi. It's like you're floating.
So your head
That's
is
pretty great.
floating.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Annette, you're also here.
I
Tell
am
us
also
about
here.
reindeers. Did
I
you pick
find-
Rudolph first?
Well, I find, yes, I did. And I find the first 3 are like really easy. And then the last 2 are really hard. And when
Yep.
some people are naming other names, I blanked for a while and
Mhm.
I picked Rudolph, Prancer, Dancer. Then I went Donner, like normal people, not like.
You sure you didn't say Dunder?
I did not say Dunder.
Mifflin?
Dunder Mifflin.
Mm.
And then I picked Blitzen because I like
Yay,
Blitzen. It's a
Blitzen.
fun name to
Great.
say. It's Blitzen.
Everyone agrees Blitzen is the most fun reindeer to hang out with.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
But
Mhm.
like, you're
Not
you're gonna,
good
quarterbacks.
stuff.
you're gonna
Milwaukee-
be you're gonna be feeling it the day after. Like Blitzen is like you don't
Milwaukee's
want to see
best.
Blitzen.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Sure.
a
every
hater,
day.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And like not at your house. You don't want.
I just want to note that I
Mm-mm.
think Jason made a sports joke, and it
I
was
did.
not the right crowd for that joke.
What? Sports what?
People out there on the internet are loving it right now. I'm telling
Loving it.
You know, and
All
that's
right.
what we do
Eating
this
it up.
for.
So, Kathy, you've totaled up points based on reindeer similarity. Similarity? Yeah, I'm saying that. We've awarded Dan his Meld points. We need to give out some chaos points. So, in my Meld tradition, Kathy and I like to, just have our little thumbs on the scale. It can't all be just precise. How many reindeer did you list? We like to give a bonus point or take a point away, depending on how we feel. Kathy, anyone you want to dock or reward for the quality of their reindeer list?
I mean, they're all great lists.
They're
and
all great lists.
reindeer. I'm giving an extra bonus point to Glenn for Sven
Oh,
because I forgot Olive was the reindeer's name, but Sven I immediately knew where he was going. So
You know what? I will follow your lead. I'm going to give Jason a bonus point for
Yeah,
Olive.
choices.
This is round 1. We'll make sure to take away lots of points later. Even
Yeah. Listen, we got to start really nice and
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
so people think
peace
that
on
they
earth,
will come
goodwill
back in the
to
future.
all of these people, that kind of thing.
So
Yeah,
all of these other reindeer. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, Kathy, quick score check. How are things going?
Yeah, things are going great. Thanks for asking, Tony.
All right, that's all I needed to hear. No, wait, we should quantify that.
All right. Glenn and Annette both have 12 points. Micah and Jason have 13. And Dan has 18.
Oh, look at that Meldy boy up there in
Dan.
front.
Meldy,
Right.
Meldy boy.
Dan's our
Kill
Rudolph
Dan!
right now.
I mean, Merry Christmas, Dan.
I feel like we've lost the spirit of Christmas, even
No, we
commercially.
didn't- in order to lose something, you had to have it.
we need some kind
Um,
of miracle. I
Yes.
think.
All right, we're gonna go to our next round. I have selected the topic for round 5. That is not the
No,
round we're
how about
on.
round
You're
2
gonna
first?
find things.
It's the crazy
Wow.
round.
Talking to a
Anything
microphone.
goes.
I forgot 3 rounds already.
Yeah.
This is some
Um,
party.
We all blacked
We
out.
were-
It's fine.
Oh man,
They're
thanks
kicking in.
Blitzen.
This may or may not be edited out of the final release.
Don't edit it out.
Whatever. I'm not going to tell Steven or whoever how to do their job. They are very powerful.
Thanks, Steven or whoever.
How about Erica as the other
Thank
one
you, Erica.
usually?
Thank you, Erica.
All right. For round 2, here's what I want to hear. I want from each of you 5 things you could find in a stocking in the context of Christmas.
Yes.
Just not, other things. And while you're doing that, Tony's going to set a 2-minute timer. That's me. There's not somebody else here. And I guess, I don't know, Kathy, we're going to talk about reindeer for a while people try and think about things in stocking. So, yeah sure,
Reindeer,
they sure did
man.
list some reindeer.
Yes. The
you know-
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation movie traumatized me severely when I was a child because
Was
the
that because it was
abominable
claymation? Oh, or
partially, but the
How dare you.
abominable
Oh,
snowman proceeded to give me nightmares, like very graphic nightmares, for at least 3 years. Where
3
I dreamed
years.
he
Wow.
stepped over the cul-de-sac I lived in and reached into my room and pulled me out.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
I don't know
Okay.
why.
I was planning to
in
talk about
particular.
reindeers, but we've pivoted. Tell me about
Yeah.
your other childhood traumas. Merry Christmas.
I like in the movie though that there's all of these other reindeer other than the ones that pull Santa's sleigh, but you don't actually know them other than Olive. What are the other names?
They're their B team reindeer.
Yeah.
Maybe next year I'll get my shot. Which is not well, so I guess it raises a lot of questions.
So many
And
questions.
I apologize. I'm worried about being ignorant about the commercial / religious holiday that is Christmas.
What's that?
Well, do the reindeer fly, or is the flying a mechanic of the sled that they're attached to?
All
It
right,
depends
so-
on which you
Oh.
talk.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
which
Which
Christmas
lore you
content?
follow.
Yeah.
Which
Consult a
Bible?
physicist,
Which
Oh,
Bible
first
I
of all.
read? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the gospel according to Saint Blitzen. It's
Yeah.
dude, it doesn't matter.
'Cause
Everything
the
flies.
The
So
idea is that
sometimes the
it's
reindeers
really,
are magic. Sometimes
it's
the sled's magic.
They're a little bit like it's the Tinkerbell paradox.
Yes.
It's not a paradox.
Oh,
no, it's
wait,
it's
this
the
is a
Tinkerbell
robot-
principle.
Robot
the more
or
you
not?
believe,
Is
Okay.
Tinkerbell a reindeer?
So is
robot
the
or not?
sled powered by the
No,
belief
clearly
of the
not.
reindeer, or people's
I
belief in the
know. She
reindeer?
flies because of belief.
the belief
Birds
in Santa.
fly.
Robot.
Not
Okay.
reindeer.
So
Not
you're telling
because
me
birds don't fly because.
Have you ever stopped believing in a bird
believe
flying,
them.
Glenn?
I mean,
No, I don't think you have.
science
Is it-
says that bees can't fly, and yet
Sure.
insert
Oh no,
Chris
that's
flies
another
a bee
common
movie.
misnomer.
That's not
Go to
Bees-
the Wikipedia page.
bees
It's
and
another
tongues and
common
I know, but
ovulation.
it's in the bee movie, so it's real.
that movie is out of date.
Your head just popped off. Literally
It's like-
popped off, Micah. It was
I'm
amazing.
just concerned that there's a really dark Christmas special out there somewhere where people forget about the reindeers and they all crash.
You know how some houses, when the
Elves.
power goes out, they have generators.
Yeah, it's like that.
The
Yeah.
sleigh is like a generator that's a backup if there's not enough Christmas belief that's powering the reindeer flight.
Man,
Then
mythology
what does
is
it use?
complicated.
Hydrogen or?
I think it's a mixture of hydrogen and candy canes.
Oh
All right,
man,
Micah.
that is explosive.
Micah,
Wow.
you better have a list of stuff that you find in
I do.
the stocking.
I do.
All right,
And the
Micah,
first one is no, never mind.
Incredible.
what do you got in your list? What do you got in your stock, Micah?
I'm going first.
Yeah. we've
Okay.
rotated.
I
This
think
is
the classic.
the predetermined order. This is not a punishment for you telling us what reindeer. Very clear.
Micah can fly.
Woo! I fly. The classic fear is that you will find coal in your stocking.
Wow. See,
so
I
I'm
grew
gonna-
up in West Virginia, and that was not as we weren't afraid of that.
You're happy.
That was
Yeah.
just every.
No.
Oh, the Midwest.
Oh. No, not really. Well, no.
Wow.
All right, we've gotten through
Later
1/5 of
question.
Micah's list.
That is all kinds of wrong. And then speaking of what you mix with hydrogen, candy
Mhm.
cane. You can
Mhm.
find a candy cane or two in your stocking.
Okay.
And then I went to my childhood. And one of the things that we always had in our stockings was some sort of hand lotion. And like a little travel size hand lotion.
Do you see the looks
um,
that everybody's giving you?
I
in
know, they're
Zoom?
all
I
very
listen. I
confused.
also
Right.
got them, and they were
Together here, okay.
individually wrapped.
Okay.
Mother
they were
Buffalo Bill.
there were
We had
like
hand
four people
lotion,
giving
we
you a
had
look.
chapstick, we had
We do
Yeah.
that now, but as
new
a kid, no.
toothbrushes, we had
Ooh,
all sorts
nail
of things.
files.
Yeah, I didn't
fancy
have nail
ones?
files.
Oh,
but-
Did they just
so your
empty
parent-
the junk drawer into your stocking?
No, my great grandma and grandpa were always the ones that did the stockings, and she was an Avon gal, and so she would
Oh,
get the little
okay.
Avon
Nice.
stuff.
And when
One
you
of
get way
Micah's-
down there into
Micah's
the
finest
toe,
parents.
there's a bunch of loose screws. You know.
Yeah.
And so now to this day, if I ever do a
Springs.
stocking, I always put like
Yeah.
little hand lotions. And
Item
stuff
4,
in there.
mismatched rubber bands. Yep.
Listen, it was new, okay?
Look, the important thing here is that I'm not making fun of your way of thinking. I'm making fun of your deeply held family tradition.
Which is totally fine.
Does it help to know that both of my great grandparents are now gone, and that I think of these
Wow.
things very
Wow.
highly and,
But
and
yet
lovely?
the hand lotion appears every year.
Wow.
It's weird. It is
Wow.
weird.
It is weird.
Wow.
My
It's a
fourth
miracle.
one are
Yes.
lifesavers,
Okay.
the candy.
Yep.
Classic.
I certainly remember that at Christmas you would get them in a little. It was like shaped like a box. It was paper, or sorry,
The
shaped like a book.
storybook. Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Mhm.
storybook. Thank you. Yes. And then last but not least, brain teasers or brain puzzles were
Yeah,
always,
like a little, a little
Little
toy,
booklet
right?
thing.
Type
Little
thing.
toy,
Yep.
yeah.
Excellent. Micah, very good list. I don't know why we were so mean to you about it. It reflects mainly on us.
mainly because you like my reaction to you
Yep.
being mean.
Next up, Jason Snell, tell us about things that you would find in a stocking.
Well,
Careful, Jason.
like Micah, we know that if you're bad, you get coal in your stocking. So I
Mhm.
put that on my list. This is a little more common in the UK, but I feel like it is a thing in the US too. A satsuma or tangerine or other festive small
a
holiday
citrus.
citrus.
Yes, very nice.
Candy. Yeah, put
Mhm.
candy in there. I don't know. I mean, canes are a very common form of candy, but sometimes it would be like a cane stuffed with Hershey's Kisses. You know that the little plastic. The candy industry wised up about the cane shape, and they're like, we can stuff any kind of candy in a cane shape. They'll stick it in a stocking. So I said candy. I also generically just said toys. I'm thinking like little tiny. Like I used to get like little wind up robots and stuff, like little tiny
Mhm.
toys. Tiny toys.
Were those
then-
technically robots? Those were no. They were.
And,
They were Tinkerbell.
And finally, just because I had an extra, I said, what goes in a stocking at Christmas? Well, sometimes a leg.
Mm, mm. It's too bad this is
Oh.
the game we play for points.
Yeah, it is.
Brazil.
Oh, points, right.
Wow. No, you guys
No,
can't see.
don't
All right,
don't
no.
give it away.
And
All
yet
right, yep.
somehow less relentless toward Jason than you were with me. How odd.
You know what? When we start to see actual scores, it'll be okay, Mike. All right, who's next? Dan, tell us about what
Hello.
you got in your stocking over there.
Well, I went with the super generic options because that's the name of the game.
Mhm.
Coal, obviously.
Yep.
We've all been there. We've all gotten coal in our stockings, right?
Yep.
Right.
I don't know what's
Mm,
going on with
no.
all you people.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
that's how I fuel my house for a year. One
Very
chunk
bad.
of anthracite. Now, I went generically also with candy. Yes,
Candy.
Jason,
Mhm.
candy in any form. Yeah, I mean, a candy cane's just extruded, right? So you could extrude anything.
Dan, you ruined Christmas.
That's my motto. I doubled up here because chocolate, I feel, is...
You went from candy to chocolate. Big thinker
That's
over
correct.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a subset,
did
but
think
I
about
feel
that.
that chocolate. Used to get a chocolate Santa a lot of times,
Mhm.
bite their head off, and
Yeah.
in revenge
Classic.
when you don't get what you want.
Holiday spirit,
Yeah.
biting Santa's head off. Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
went with toys because yes, you get toys in a
Mhm.
stocking. That's what happens.
A
you know, it's
generic,
funny.
meaningless answer that apparently is getting you points. Yep.
Story checks
Yeah.
out. I mean, I will say I have given chapstick. I've given tissues. I thought about like wrapping paper and tissue
All right,
paper,
what
and I
is the
realized I'm not
worst thing
going.
somebody has given.
My wife and
Yeah,
I
what's
have
the
a
worst thing
thing
you
where
put
we
in
go to Target as close to Christmas as possible, and you
Yeah.
can spend no more than $25,
Yep.
and you have to
Mhm.
fill the other person's stocking,
Yep.
and you end up with a lot of pencils
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you
Yeah.
have a thing that's good?
because it's $25.
I understand. Money has no meaning
Uh,
to you. Yep.
And then finally, I'm curious to see how the scorekeepers judge this. I put an orange.
Well, I think we might as well check in with our scorekeeper, Kathy, right now. Kathy is an
Yep.
orange equivalent to Satsuma / tangerine / festive holiday citrus.
Yes.
I would say so too. I would say, Jason, Watch out. No using slashes. Monty got in big trouble about that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
but
by
we're,
the time
we're
I got to
parsing that
festive
one.
holiday citrus, I realized I should have just said
You
festive
should have
holiday
just said that.
citrus.
Yeah.
But that's
But
we're
that's-
looking at
it-
intent here.
We're okay.
You know.
Yeah, I'm okay
So
with
if someone
that
had put like
because
a
you get
lemon
everything.
or a lime,
Oh, they're way
is that
out.
The
Yeah,
least-
no,
yeah,
they're
no,
gonna
that
get
doesn't
all
count.
the
Citrus.
garbage
we would
right out
walk
of here.
them to
Yeah.
the
What are you-
door, and they
you're
would
making
lose
a margarita
podcast
in here? Get out.
Unless it's
Yeah.
bergamot.
Mm.
So we're not
Good
getting
day,
we're not getting
sir.
we're not getting salty Kathy today. We're getting tart and sweet Kathy today.
Mm.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. So far,
oranges are
well,
tart.
you might want to hold on
It's
to
early
that until
days.
we're done. We're only
All
in the
right.
second round.
Yep.
Cling.
Annette, what do you got in your stacking over there? What do you got?
Yeah,
What's
well,
going on?
I'm not worried about coal. I'm not worried about coal because in my culture, Saint Nicholas, you're worried about his helper hauling you off in a sack. So no
Oh,
coal, you just
yeah.
get taken away.
You
Who knows
Krampused?
where? Yes, except for it's not Krampus.
Coal
It's
mine.
Is it
just
Belsnickel?
It's a coal
it's
mine.
it's Martha Pete. It's Black
Oh.
Peter.
Oh,
But
yes.
he is
Black
a
Peter.
controversial figure
Yes,
Yes.
because he is controversial for rightly
We love
so.
controversy.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, anyways, no coal, but I did put chocolate orange, Terry's chocolate orange specifically, candy cane, a regular orange,
Or classic orange, as we call
classic, yes,
Yeah.
classic
it.
orange,
Yeah.
New Coke.
Orange zero.
Yeah.
socks. I think I took
Oh,
Micah's approach.
socks.
I went with like, what did I get in my stocking?
I got a lot of socks.
socks.
So,
I
yeah.
like
Yeah.
socks,
They
not
fill
as
up
a
the
kid.
stocking.
It's very Ouroboros.
Filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Really
That's a
good.
hard sock
And-
to
It's kind of
wear,
like a
a normal
turducken,
sock.
really.
Yeah.
Sock in your
Sewn-
sock.
The sock is sewn shut like a circle. It's really hard to.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And my last one was a chocolate letter, which for me specifically would be an A.
Oh, is this a
This is
chocolate
another
letter?
very
I want
Dutch,
one of
tr-
those.
but
I
a
am
Dutch
unfamiliar
tradition.
with this.
It's
I've
also
not
based
done
on
any
the
chocolate
classic
letters
work
of
of
any kind.
American literature, The Chocolate Letter.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Ah,
Oh.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah,
who
it's
invented the
a
term
Dutch
Sint-Antoine.
tradition, and
Yeah.
it's like a competitive. Like I have 25 chocolate letters already in my cupboard to give to all my friends because.
Oh, I thought you were
Wow.
saying that you had kept them.
Yeah,
Okay.
kept them.
But, like they'd run out,
And
and
then
if
you're
you
one
didn't,
short.
your
You're
parents
one
didn't go
short
in
of a whole
time.
alphabet. What are you
Are they
doing?
Right.
called? Are
But
they
if you
called?
didn't go in time, they
don't
like,
need an
might not
X.
have your like an A, and you
X
get
is a
stuck
bad
with
letter.
like an F for your middle
Yeah.
name, and that was
Oh.
like really
Are they
you
called?
seeing
Worse.
those too?
Are they
disappointing.
called Bookstapen? No.
No, they're called chocolate
letters.
letters.
Anyone else starting to think Dutch is made up?
It is
Yeah.
made up.
Just checking.
Ach, yeah.
So I think obviously Xmas Mind Meld is very, very controversial because it's about taking your family traditions and evaluating them,
Are the
and Kathy
same as
making final
everyone's.
adjustments. What are we doing? Chocolate orange, Kathy? I mean, it's not orange. It's not. It's kind of chocolate.
Okay.
It is.
But
what
it's
do we?
like a Terry's chocolate orange. They're completely different than an
Oh. Yeah.
orange
Oh,
orange.
then it
Fewer
gets no
points for yourself,
points.
Yeah,
Annette.
it, no,
Stop
no,
arguing.
it
But I have
okay,
a
okay.
chocolate
also
orange
orange,
and
so-
a regular orange.
Okay,
So you should
here-
argue for chocolate
throw
and
it out
orange.
of
Chocolate
course.
letters.
Will
different
I will
things.
discuss my judgments at the end of the round.
Okay.
Because I
Did
have
Kathy
thoughts.
just tell us to see her after class?
Yes, she
She's
did.
She's making us
Management
wait until
discussions.
she's making us wait until she sees us lower the boom on Glenn. No, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming. It's
Glenn
All
probably
right.
did something. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Glenn.
I
earned
did.
it.
I
Earned
did
it.
something. Wait till you see what I did. It's gonna.
Glenn, tell us about your list.
Oh, is it right?
Yeah,
No?
yeah,
All right.
it's your
Yeah,
turn.
now.
Oh, I'll tell you list. Okay, so
Good intro.
as no one really knows, I didn't grow up celebrating Christmas, even commercially. So I didn't really. Two people fell down off screen. That was best reaction ever. Anyway, sorry. So I didn't start celebrating Christmas till I was in my late 20s with my wife's family. So I have the most generic list because my wife was responsible for filling stockings until I understood what should be in stockings. Apparently, live produce or live animals and produce are not acceptable. Sticks, not so good. Rocks that are not coal, not acceptable. So she took care of it for a while till I got in the spirit. So my list is very generic, which I think actually worked this time. I went the kind of the elf route. So I put candy canes, which are a different kind of thing,
Yeah.
chocolate, toys, and I was actually surprised no one picked this because this was something from my childhood in Hanukkah. We also got these too, gift certificates, like for McDonald's.
Mm.
Oh,
Wow.
McDonald's.
You know, McDonald's.
I didn't mention
Get like these
Familiar
50
with it, yes.
50-cent gift certificates, and
No,
you go in and buy like
McDonald's.
an entire Happy Meal for 50 cents.
Kids love a
Oh,
gift
this
card.
was in the the 40s. I got it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you wear a
Totally
barrel
Croc
for
founded
clothes,
it. It
but
was just
you could-
called Mick Crocs. Right.
Yeah, we actually
I
had
mean,
a
he
tradition
did say
for a
gift
while where
certificates.
we put the Weekly
Good.
World News in people's stockings, which is pretty good because there's always like a story
Ah.
about like UFO aliens and the Bat Baby.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good
you know,
idea.
That is a
Rolled
really
up.
fun
That takes
idea.
that fills up a lot of space. That's a
Yeah.
good thing there too. You know.
We usually get Mad Libs in ours as well.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Sudoku.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
get that for Lauren sometimes. Yeah.
Little puzzle.
We always
Yeah.
get
A brain teaser /puzzle. I get it.
I remember those little gift certificates. They were like they were like checks, which is also a
Yeah.
thing nobody. Let me
Yes.
explain to youngsters.
Checks. All you
Okay.
young people.
Love
Check
those.
Oh,
snacks.
Not like
Can you go back-
checks.
Can you go
Like
back
check,
and explain
it was
the
like a,
banking
a
system?
little piece, a rectangular piece of paper you could hand to the person
Oh
at
my
the
God.
McDonald's cashier, and your 50-cent gift certificate would be worth like 8 hamburgers. It's
Wait,
Are
is
the-
that money? Is that like cash? Are you talking about a piece of paper?
Cash money.
You hand
Wait,
somebody?
wait! I have a serious question. Do
It
the
was
kids
Ronald
not get
McDonald
stockings
books,
anymore?
though.
They get QR codes on the mantelpiece. What happens? I'm
I
scared.
think everybody
so
just holds out their
sad.
phones and they
They
Venmo
go
each
beep, beep,
other.
beep, beep, beep,
Yeah.
Venmo.
Actually, it's just a sock inside a sock inside a sock, but inside the furthest in sock is a QR code. Glenn, that's how it
Yes.
works.
Well, let's talk about how this shook out. So careful
Shake out that
listeners
stocking.
will notice that Dan Morin once again
Oh,
named
brother.
something that everybody else named.
Whoa!
Your classic stocking ingredients: coal,
outta
candy,
here.
chocolate, toys, and an orange. No one can argue with that.
What can I say? I
Dan-
love Christmas.
Dan's gonna pick up some Meld points right there. Kathy, I think we got to figure out some. The only one that's possibly controversial there is: does chocolate orange get anything?
No, and here's why. Because
Here
Annette,
is why.
Annette also put two different chocolate things. So if she had not put in, and of course this is the final ruling. I am the scorekeeper. Cannot be argued. You can argue, but
Amen.
I don't know why I'm doing woo. Because Annette put a chocolate orange and a chocolate letter, I did not give her points to match up with chocolate. But because she also did a regular orange and a chocolate orange, she only gets 1 point for regular orange, not. So basically, she ruined it for herself.
Ruining
Whereas,
Christmas
holidays.
everywhere.
Yeah.
so we also want to say thank you, Glenn, because he put candy and candy canes and chocolate as 3 separate things that also other people put. That's
Uh-huh.
each 3 points. So
Oh.
it all makes logic.
Admire your
It
smart.
all makes logic. So Dan's gonna get some Meld points. You know what? I think chocolate oranges are great. I don't know if I've ever actually had one. I just really like the
Ooh,
idea
they're
of
very
one.
great. They're really good.
Yeah,
How-
but
I love
how,
them.
How orangey are they?
Not very orangey.
Somewhat.
Well,
They're-
they can work
like
on that.
they're
little bit
they're
orange.
more
They're
pretty
Yeah,
orangey.
they're pretty orange.
like
Well, not as
chocolate
orangey as
orange.
an orange.
They
not
taste
as
like
orangey as
chocolate
orange.
and like orange.
Orange.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
they're good.
sold. You know what? And I'm also sold on giving Annette 1 point for chocolate orange because I just like saying chocolate orange. I'm gonna say it one more time. Chocolate orange.
Chocolate orange.
Kathy, what other things are happening in terms of points?
Oh yeah, Jason immediately got a -1.
Yeah,
For
I
a
laughed
leg.
about 7 minutes ago when I
Yeah.
saw you update the spreadsheet with that.
Because-
Usually we waited till the end of the round to put those in, and Kathy was like,
I
"No,
claimed it.
final
I laid
judgment."
claim. Because you don't put a leg in a stocking. If you had put foot,
Yeah.
you might have gotten a +1. But
I
you're
was
not-
thinking about A Christmas Story, honestly, at that point.
Oh,
kinda went
yeah.
down
See,
that
that's
path.
a terrible Christmas movie.
You know,
so-
Oh,
The-
Shots
What?
fired.
No.
She's getting
not
salty.
as not as
All
bad
right.
as It's a Wonderful Life, but
Which
you know
is-
it's fine.
Well, you
All right.
start with the foot, but you end up with
Mm.
more of the leg.
Kathy,
Yeah.
Calf.
Yep.
score update. Obviously, Dan is the best at Christmas, but other
Yes.
people are technically playing this game too.
It's
What do their
true.
scores look like?
It's true. Micah and Annette both have 19 points. Glenn has 23. Jason has 24. And Dan has 35.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Whoa, Dan.
All right. Well, there's still
Spirit of
This lucky
many
sweater
more
I'm
rounds.
wearing.
It's
Yes.
many more rounds to go. So many rounds. Will this ever end?
No.
I want to go home. Your
You are
next
home.
one,
Oh,
you know,
Surprise.
we've danced around it. It's now time to dance into it. It's
Mm.
Christmas movies. 5 Christmas movies you think other people are thinking of. I believe in you.
Yes. So in my Christmas stocking, We always get lottery tickets, even
Oh yeah, you
before
gotta,
we were
if
old
kids
enough.
don't learn about gambling as at home on the holidays,
Right?
where-
When are they
yeah.
gonna learn?
when are they
Yeah.
going to learn?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Uh,
lottery tickets or scratch tickets? Those are different, right?
Oh yes, scratch. Well, actually, we've gotten both, but it's usually scratch tickets, so everybody scratches.
Scratch tickets, you
together.
get instant gratification, and
Yep.
you get that horrible silver powder everywhere. So that's really
Yes,
important.
yes.
Yeah, holidays.
And we tend to always get a coin as well to
Oh.
scratch in the
that
thing.
makes sense.
But
That's
then
like
my
you
mom. Go ahead.
You wouldn't give a
Sorry.
toy without the batteries, so you give a scratch
Right.
ticket with a quarter, yeah,
Yeah,
or a nickel,
exactly.
depending on how things are
It's
going
actually
that year.
usually a dime because it's
Oh,
like
fancy.
a good size. I know.
Mm,
It's so
yeah.
fancy. But my mom really likes wrapping things, so would
Mhm.
wrap our individual bottles of lotion and the
Mhm.
little individual, chapsticks and nail files and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's fun times.
I am not. There were definitely stockings, but I think they were not used in quite a while. I remember those being like a thing when I was very young, and there were definitely oranges in those stockings. And I'm blanking on what else. I think by weight and volume, the orange. And I just especially remember the shape of the stocking being heavily distorted, hanging on
Yeah.
the thing by the orange, like weighing it
Submission
down.
problem. I can't submit my form. It's giving me an error.
Did you
even
put
though
in your name?
I did put in my name. Okay.
Can I confirm
Reload the
we're doing
page.
Christmas movies because I'm on drugs and I'm just feeling
Christmas.
Yes,
Oh, there we go.
Christmas
Okay.
movies.
okay.
Yep.
I was like, it
Uh,
is a Christmas movie.
It went in now.
Those drugs are for entertainment purposes only. Annette
Yes,
has been
it is.
prescribed them.
No,
I
not
have a
for,
prescription.
not for
They are
entertainment purposes.
She lives in another country. You can never find her. Stop calling the police. now.
Not for entertainment purposes only, Tony.
Yes.
Not for entertainment purposes only.
Words are hard.
Whatever. I'm not a lawyer. So
I
That
did
is
it
not a
all
legal
correctly. I think.
Yay.
all right, we got 5 sets of answers in
I
here.
just realized I
Christmas
didn't do
movies.
it correctly.
Oh no,
No, you're fine.
you're fine. You're fine.
This is
A
great.
topic that we dangerously started talking about at the end of the last round. Let's see how this goes. Jason, I believe you are going to go first.
All
Were
right.
you able to name 5 Christmas movies?
Well, I just steered right into the skid with Die Hard.
yeah.
Yep.
Die Hard, is it a Christmas movie or not? A
Yes.
topic that is somehow almost as boring as, whether something's a sandwich or not. I don't care. But yeah, it's on your
Yeah,
list. So
it's
is.
on the list.
Yeah.
It's hard for me not to pick things that we watch regularly because I don't know the other movies that people watch. But
Yes, people know the things that they know.
No,
One
I
of the
know it's a
truisms
problem.
here.
Elf. So this is just a list of 5 things you should watch
I
for
forgot
Christmas.
to put
Elf,
Elf.
starring Will
Dang it.
Ferrell. Wonderful, wonderful movie. We regularly watch Miracle on 34th Street. It is just bananas and a great movie. I put, even though it's a TV special, I don't care. Charlie Brown Christmas. It's on my
I was
list.
going to ask, is that technically a movie? Doesn't
it's
matter.
mine, Mel,
It's mine,
Tony. Who
Mel.
cares?
Yeah,
It's
of
mine.
And even though
The
it's
rules
more
are made up, the
popular,
points don't matter.
it's more popular as a song than a movie, but I just put White Christmas down because it was directed by the guy who directed Casablanca, and it's the most popular song about Christmas. I don't know. White Christmas.
Haven't seen it. Sounds
I
great.
have.
Me
It is
neither.
good.
Me too.
Oh, okay. But you thought people were thinking of it. Good
It's got
choices, good
Christmas in the
choices.
name.
it does.
All right. That was Jason. Solid picks. Dan, how much are you like Jason?
3 out of 5? I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, if obviously my first one was Skinflint, a country. No, I didn't
Oh,
put it,
reference
even though I
acknowledged.
thought about it.
Oh!
I bet someone
Excellent.
else did. No, I took the patent to Jason Snell route of movies that people should watch and or probably are thinking about. Miracle on 34th Street, Elf, Die Hard, A Christmas Story, It's a Wonderful Life, Bing Bang Boom Ba.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are-
sure.
yeah, a hard list to argue with.
Damn, Dan is gonna. We could just call it after
Dan,
3
King
rounds.
of
Yeah.
Christmas.
Jeez.
What are we
Yeah.
gonna do? There's no stopping him.
I'm
We're
in the
obviously-
Christmas spirit. The Christmas spirit is within me.
Yeah. Whoa.
Seriously.
Exorcism.
And also
Yeah.
with you, yes.
All right, Annette, you are slightly medicated. How were
I
you at naming
am.
movies? You were
Well-
at one point confused about what the round was.
Yes,
but
I was
seem to have
like
done
getting a little confused.
okay.
Also, I put that famous movie I've never seen, also no one else has seen. It's a Wonderful World.
The off-brand Asylum Studios
Oh,
version of
Yes.
give,
As you
give that
think
to
to
Annette.
yourself.
Give that to Annette.
No, I feel like you should not. It's funnier that way. I also, for the record, have not seen It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm.
I have seen Elf. I have not seen A Christmas Story,
Just to
but
clarify, these are items on your list, not just
they
things.
are.
I
Yes,
have
that
seen.
it is.
Yeah, I didn't know if
This
you
is
were
my
just
list. This is my list. Elf.
Mm.
A Christmas Story, because we talked about it last round. I figured
Yeah.
someone's probably going to write it down. Haven't seen it.
Yep.
A Christmas Carol,
Yes.
which there's like
Mhm.
600 versions.
Sure.
A version of which is Spirited, which probably no one else is going to write down, but
Oh.
I love it
That's
so
good.
Such a good
A
movie.
recent classic, yeah.
Love it.
Very nice.
That's my
on
list.
that.
Thank you.
Glenn, you like movies. Let's see how you are at naming them.
Well, I did the Moises conundrum. No, the Moises Gambit. Sorry, wrong Dan Morin book. The Moises Gambit is the what a look is to listen to everything that's been said during the round and make notes, and then when a category comes up that matches it, you just fill in things everyone has already said. So I did It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, Elf, Die Hard, of course. That wasn't mentioned, but I knew at least two people, which is
People were
accurate
thinking
so far.
about it.
Die Hard. And then I said, well, Jason just said Olive the Under Reindeer, so maybe Jason will say Olive the Other Reindeer, but he did not. So I'm
Yeah.
unique in that respect.
Spoiler, he did not.
Also a TV thing and not a movie, but
Exactly. It doesn't matter
Whatever.
if we all
But it's
say
Mind Meld.
it.
It's Mind Meld.
Yep, it's mine
Mine
now.
Meld.
Forget it, Jason. It's Mind Meld.
Mind
I
Town.
forgot it, Dan.
Mind Meld Town.
Yep. And that brings us to Micah. Final list, Micah. 5 Christmas movies.
A Christmas Story, as it was said. Die Hard, because of course people are going to say that. A
Yep.
Christmas Carol, because of course. And then I chose 2 claymation movies that were on TV, which
Fair
was Jack Frost from like 1960s period, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I think is from early 60s. I loved those claymation movies, still do.
I love them too.
And I also love the one with Mr. Heat Miser and Mr. Cold Miser.
Year Without a
yeah.
Santa
I
Claus,
can't remember
yeah.
what that one's called.
Oh.
These are all excellent movies. Movies, perhaps, you should watch this month if you want to watch Christmas movies. If you don't, I don't know. There's like
That's
a lot of
also
other
okay.
movies you could watch.
Movies
Yeah,
are
like
available.
I don't know. Like other movies, they're out there.
Other movies are available.
Other movies also.
This podcast brought to you by other movies. Check it out. Let's see how we've done. Guess what? Dan Morin. Oh, you love to hate him. Another Meld. 3rd round in a row.
Wow.
Dan, King of Christmas Morin, is unstoppable. He's just racking up points. I think it might not be possible for him to lose at this point. It's
it's always
just a
possible,
matter
Tony.
of how much you will hurt him in your pursuit. Let's see. I'm gonna give. I feel like giving it Annette a chaos point for Spirited. I think that's my favorite thing on here that no one else picked. Kathy, how are you feeling about chaos points over there?
I'm giving a point to Jason for White Christmas, which is my favorite. Especially
Yay.
highly recommend watching it with the commentary with Rosemary Clooney. Very
Oh.
good commentary track.
Nice. All right, quick score check. Dan obviously just sailing off into the Christmas sky, but other people trailing them as if
Other people
as
are
re-
also
as
playing.
reindeer that people have forgotten to believe in them.
So we're gonna start at the top. Dan has
Yeah.
54, and then for the rest of the game, Micah has 29, Annette has 30, Jason has 35, and Glenn has 37.
All right,
Oh,
so it is still a
really?
tight game there. 8 points dividing
I'm
the remaining 4 spots.
I'm playing to win second. That's my goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
Does that mean Dan knows us the best of all of us? I think.
I guess that's
Check
the
your
point of the
stockings.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
check
the
your
point of the game. All right, we are 3 rounds in. We're more or less halfway through. This has taken very long because people have so much joy and goodwill in their heart to share. Try and speed it up a little bit next time. So,
Stop having so much fun. Golly.
yeah, just rein it in.
Have a Christmas.
Reindeer it in.
Maybe my categories will be less helpful and more frustrating. Self-correct, and you'll fuel all your animosity at me. A category that I don't know, in terms of Mind Meld preparation, Kathy and I had more discussion about than any other category ever in the history of Mind Meld.
Yeah,
Let's see
yeah.
how this works. There are high
It's gonna
scoring
go
rounds
great.
of Mind Meld, and then there's this scoring round of Mind Meld. Players, I am need 5 things eggnog is made of.
Oh, God.
Oh. Oh,
We did some research, which
We
doesn't
did.
matter.
Does not matter at all.
Does not
Best
matter.
of luck.
Good luck.
We are, yeah. So are we going to talk about Christmas movies?
I guess.
Or-
Yeah. How do you feel about Christmas movies, Kathy?
I mean, I love Christmas movies. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, especially, we didn't talk about it at all, but like the Hallmark, Netflix, rom-com Christmas
Mm-hmm.
movies, absolute killer. Highly recommend playing Christmas bingo with the Smooch cards.
Mhm. Smooch cards. Yep.
Yep,
Mhm.
Agents of Smooch. Great podcast. Put a little
Christmas
Thing in there.
movie marathon coming
Yeah.
up shortly.
It's gonna
Mhm.
be great. Great. Thanks, director Annette. What about you, Tony? How do you feel about Christmas movies?
I feel like I haven't seen enough Christmas movies. I've never seen Elf, which I know is a beloved Christmas movie.
One
I
of
have seen-
two movies with Will Ferrell that I enjoy.
Mhm.
Oh, is that?
There
I think
is-
he's in more than two, but no,
No,
that sounds.
but that I
That
enjoy.
she enjoys.
I
Yes.
understand. I'm
Stranger in
just-
Fiction is the other one.
Oh, okay. I don't
which I
think I've even
highly-
heard of that one.
Oh,
You don't
Um,
like
very good.
Spirited?
He's also
Oh.
Spirited.
She said no.
It's fine.
Annette,
I haven't
that's a
watched
no.
it enough. I haven't watched it. Listen, I haven't watched it enough
let me-
to put it on my official
Kathy,
list of movies that I enjoy.
You don't have to
You
watch a
don't
movie
have to
more
watch
to
it
like
again.
it. I don't know.
Wait,
I like it the
was I
first
just called?
time.
Who called me a Grinch? Just
No,
asking
not
for a
me.
question. Okay,
Not me.
okay.
Would
Let's
never,
just
I would
assume
never.
I wasn't even here. I
Jason.
don't even know what's.
What? All right.
I wasn't.
All right, let us see how this round that I came up with goes.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna
my.
start with Dan this time. Dan,
This is bad. This is not my round.
I love it.
Are you blaming me or are you blaming?
No,
Rude.
I actually don't like eggnog, and I'm not sure I've ever drank it.
You don't have to like eggnog to know about and appreciate eggnog, Dan.
Well,
Yeah.
Get it together.
Does it help?
Um,
If you don't know about
yes.
eggnog, is it more
No.
likely you'll appreciate it?
Well, it
Anyways,
depends if anyone else knows anything. Which
I'm taking
based
some
on the,
wild shots in the dark on this one.
based on the
I'm
based
really
on the
proud of
answers
you
here,
all.
you know, people did their best. Dan, first thing that's an eggnog. Say
I
it.
put
You know you
egg.
want to say it. You say it. Seems reasonable.
Then, all right, I felt confident about some form of dairy and was not
Yep.
sure which, so I put both cream and milk.
Way to double down on the dairy.
Yep,
Cream and
yep.
milk. Seems like if you were making a beverage, you would put cream or milk. Not Dan.
Maybe
Dan puts
either.
Cream
I don't
and
know.
milk. And all right.
Yeah. All right, then I went with another thing which I feel is very common in eggnog, which is its flavoring, which is
Yep.
nutmeg.
Yeah, that seems good,
Good
right?
job.
I feel like
Christmas,
that's solid.
Yep.
That's up there
Yes.
with, cinnamon, nutmeg. Those are your go-to Christmas spices. Yeah,
At this point, I ran out of things, so I wrote bourbon.
that is clear. This
I
is
felt like there's
where,
a decent chance.
well, and this is where I wasn't even sure what the my exact parsing of the category. It was like things eggnog is made of, things you might find in eggnog.
Ingredients of eggnog? Yeah, I don't know.
Ingredients
Is that
of
where are we going with
Yeah.
this?
Now,
Yeah.
this is where I have to step in and say, hey there, Mind Meld listeners. If you want a real
Hey.
holiday treat, consider this round as a challenge. Make 5 eggnogs using the ingredients in our list and tell us which one you like the best.
I don't think we
Yes,
can necessarily
please.
advocate people put the bourbon in, but if you enjoy bourbon and it's legal for you to put bourbon in, you may put
Doesn't,
bourbon
doesn't
in.
count if you
Raw
don't put
ingredients.
bourbon in.
That's right. Eggs may contain
Agreed.
this salmonella in parts of the country. This is not an endorsement of using raw products without
Yeah,
proper
please
pasteurization.
pasteurize
Please,
everything safely.
Adults only. Please do not actually do this.
Do what you like. Do it. Actually do it.
All right. That
Jason is, by the
Jason-
way, our new Health
Jason-
and Human Services Secretary.
Jason, you have not actually heard all the other lists when you say that, but okay.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Doesn't matter. All right.
This is, I said it's a challenge, okay?
All right.
I
So
am putting
me
down
putting-
a challenge.
So the coal I put on my list is
Yes,
oh,
Cole and Die Hard in the
Wait,
cup.
activated charcoal. Some people eat that.
Mm.
it's-
All
weird.
right. That was Dan's list. Seemed like not a bad list. Who's
lot of
next?
dairy in there.
Annette. I feel like if somebody was going to know what was an eggnog, I would pick you very highly. But that being accurate does not necessarily help in Mind Meld. Annette, what are you putting in that eggnog?
I've never made eggnog, but I feel confident that there is eggs,
Eggs.
nutmeg,
Yep.
cream.
Yep. Very Dan list so far.
Yep.
Yeah, Dan's right. He's wrong on the bourbon. It should be rum.
Mm.
You're
rum.
both wrong, but I have to wait.
But I just want to say I would like to make for Jason's challenge a little addendum. I put rum and Kahlua in it, and we call it a Santa's Little Helper, and it is very tasty. So rum and Kahlua. The final thing, because it's like I don't know what else is in eggnog. I put Christmas spirit.
Okay. Very sentimental, but probably worth no points. We'll find out
Probably worth nothing, but you know.
All right, Glenn, how you doing for things you put
I'm
in
doing
eggnog?
fine, thank you very much. How are you doing?
No,
He's had some Dan nog. Oh no.
Oh no.
So much cream. Here's what I said. I have never made eggnog. I'm not exactly sure what's in it, but here's what I said. All right,
A
milk,
theme. Yep,
Milk.
milk. Dairy
egg.
product, got it.
I don't think there's
Eggs!
actually. I don't think there's egg in it at all. But I just said egg because I
I
figured
forget what I learned.
everyone would say egg. Is there egg in it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
There's egg. All right,
There's
sure.
egg in
Okay,
it.
fine. Cinnamon,
Mm-hmm.
nutmeg,
Nutmeg.
and then
popular.
I thought everyone might wind
This
up
is a
on
very,
this.
very Glenn answer here for the final
I
line.
just thought everyone
So
might be
good.
like, I ran out. I need to be funny, so I wanted to meld with that funny idea. I just put nog.
Nog.
I
There's
consider
nog.
nog. I almost put nog.
It's like nog.
The best Ferengi to put into your
Mm.
drink.
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody wants a quark in their nog. So, all right.
There's an episode title. No one wants cork in their nog.
All right, Glenn, very nice eggnog listing there. Micah, tell us about eggnogs and how you're feeling.
Yeah. So it's been a long time since I've made eggnog, which is why you both will see that there was a question mark on one of mine. But as I was listening, I have confirmed that yes, indeed, my memory is correct. So the first four do not have questions, just so you know. Yes, egg. It's technically egg yolk,
Eggs!
but I just chose egg because I didn't know if other people would know that it's yolk.
Yeah.
Sugar, absolutely.
Yep.
Milk, absolutely. Technically, there's also cream, but I skipped that one and went with the nutmeg, which is very important. And then the last thing, and I think the optimal booze choice for the best and most warming eggnog is to use brandy.
Brandy. Ooh, we
Yeah.
fancy.
It's extra fancy. That's how we do it too.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jason, I think we are on to you.
We're
Uh-oh.
on to you.
You're
We're
on to me. Oh no.
All
I gotta go. Hold on. I enjoy this round where four people who've never had or made eggnog. Yes,
Well, I've had plenty.
and Mike
I've had
teaches us things. However, only one of them I think may have got. Well, no, we'll see. I am very happy with my answers because you've heard them all before. Egg,
Hey!
Yeah.
rum, milk, cinnamon, and the pumpkin spice, the only spice, the allspice, the ever holiday spice, nutmeg.
But not the actual allspice.
But not allspice.
But not
No,
allspice.
that's
No, no,
totally
no,
different.
Some spice.
Yeah, just
Some spice.
clarify.
It is
Some
the
spice.
spice, not a spice, not allspice.
Yes.
It's the Thor of spice, not
It
Odin
is.
of spice.
Very well done, Jason. I think clearly your experience actually making eggnog helped you there.
Never made it. Never drank
Never
it.
made it. Ever. Very well done, Jason. I think your experience not making eggnog helped you there. Knowing what other
Wild
people said.
guessing.
As Jason indicated, Jason got the meld for that round. Everything he listed. You know, I think some of these lists might be more correct than others. Sugar, big ingredient in eggnog that
Yeah.
only Micah listed.
Yeah.
Nog, obviously nonsense, and Glenn is no longer invited back on the show. And then the serious adult discussion about what liquor to add to eggnog.
Yes.
Thank you all. Very well done. So,
And Christmas cheer.
Yay!
Don't forget it.
From your
let's see here. So Jason gets his meld points. I'm gonna give Glenn a point for Nog. What the heck? And what are you thinking, Kathy, for bonus points?
Micah is getting a point for the correct spirit
Correct.
being
All right.
brandy.
All right, scores have been updated. Would you like to read those scores for us,
I
Kathy?
would love to, since that is in fact my job.
Mhm.
Micah has 42 points. Annette has 44. Glenn has 54. Jason has 56. And Dan has 70.
Wow. Okay. Things are spreading out. We got 2 rounds left. It is round 5. Round 5. I feel like we're just going on a food theme here. Round 5. Best snacks to leave for Santa.
That is the meaning of Christmas is food. So it makes sense.
How long can we talk about eggnog ingredients for? Kathy?
I mean, I feel like we already had our conversation,
Yeah.
which was how many ingredients are there, and are
Yeah.
there at least 5? Which was
Yes, that was the
spoiler
first
alert.
thing
That
Kathy
was
asked me. Is there actually 5 things in eggnog? And I said that's a good question. And I googled
Let's
it.
find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real-time googling. Eggnog typically contains the following ingredients: eggs or egg yolks. Oh, just eggs, like the whole shell and everything. That seems gross. Milk or cream, sugar. Really, you need to add sugar to that? Okay.
Yep.
Vanilla extract, and then spices like nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves.
I
Eggnog can
disagree with
also
this
be.
recipe.
Well,
Yeah.
this is
Did-
not
did
even a
AI write
recipe.
it?
This is not a
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
AI wrote this.
Yes.
B, it's not actually a recipe. It's like a suggestion for things to think about, because recipes don't usually be like, yeah, whatever, milk or cream, same thing.
Think about cloves while you make this.
Yes.
It'll be great. It's the LaCroix of eggnog.
Eggnog
Yes.
can also be spiked with alcohol, such as rum, brandy, bourbon, or cognac. It is often topped with freshly grated nutmeg or cinnamon sticks. Okay.
Is cognac a kind of brandy? That's right, isn't it?
I think so.
I think
Mhm.
so.
Cognac
Yeah.
is
It's a
definitely-
fancy one, isn't it?
That's nice. It's nice stuff.
Yeah.
Use
Once.
fresh ingredients, fresh eggs, milk, and cream. If you want to age your eggnog, use a ratio of 2 parts dairy to 1 part liqueur.
I'll just go out to my
You get
nutmeg
mace
tree.
eggnog.
You're
I'll just go
good.
out to my mace tree and pull it off and make the nutmeg from my mace tree outside.
You can also omit the alcohol and still make delicious eggnog.
I'm going to give you a
Judge me, AI.
I
This
like
seems- it
that
just
they
seems
pre-mix
judgy.
it in. Just
I-
like put out a big bowl of alcoholic
Um,
eggnog.
Here's my
You can
Christmas
add
tip, by the way.
other flavors
My-
to eggnog, such as
I've got a-
pumpkin spice, salted caramel,
Yeah,
or
pumpkin
Mexican-inspired
spice, which is
mix
just the
of
spices
mezcal.
you already listed.
Yeah.
I mean, pumpkin spice
Yeah.
is a sham. It's just other spices.
Yeah.
No, here's the
Mhm.
thing.
It doesn't taste
Buy-
at all like pumpkin.
Jason.
Here's my tip. Buy,
Oh God, let's
buy
not
a
get into
nutmeg.
that, Dan.
Buy a nutmeg nut and use
Yeah,
use your grater, preferably a microplane grater, to grate it fresh when you do anything with nutmeg in it, and it's amazing. And
A nutmeg grater is the most amazing gift you can give people because no one has one
You just
until you
gotta-
give it to them.
if you get a
know.
microplane grater,
It's a
of any
microplane.
kind-
Get a
But why not
microplane.
give
Yeah.
someone a single-purpose tool that's going to sit in
that's
that
You can
drawer of
also
junk
use
things
it
in
that
their-
they'll never use again?
On
be
your
great in your
someone's
stocking.
Yeah.
I can't.
Use it on your
I don't know what they're talking
festive
about.
festive
I don't know what's going on.
It's
can
real
take-
fancy. It's real
Nutmeg
fancy.
grinding.
Use-
But
Nutmeg.
hey, guess what?
Festive
Everyone's turned in their things.
People have
Yay!
thoughts.
All right. Best snacks to leave for Santa. A rich, exciting round where everyone says milk and cookies, and then we talk about some other things.
I really appreciate. I just have to from my view and of color coded.
Yeah.
Cookies, milk, milk, cookies, cookies, milk, milk, cookies,
cookies,
cookies, milk.
cookies, milk.
So it.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
so well
nice
done,
work,
well done.
everybody. It's like you all had a meeting ahead of time to plan that out. Annette, I think we are going to start with you this time. You were also the first to get your answers in. Just all around quality work. Obviously, cookies, milk. But what else might you leave out for good old Saint Nick?
I put fruitcake because it just who wants fruitcake? Not me, but it's a good thing to leave
pawn
for
it off on the hard.
Yeah,
working guy, the
exactly.
one guy
Pawning it
who
off
gets
on
to work
Santa.
Christmas.
Full of
Wow.
energy, though. Full of energy.
But
Yeah.
he's like the embodiment of Christmas, so
No,
it
that
feels like
is-
he might actually like the fruitcake.
No,
is that
he
why
is-
we make
he
it?
Is, he
He's
is
made
stuffing
of
that down the
fruitcake.
first reindeer he meets.
Yeah, feeds it to the
Yeah.
reindeers. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Uh,
to get back in his good favors, I'm leaving him a glass of the good scotch because that's what we have around here.
Yep.
And also candy canes. Because
This
I don't know.
podcast brought to you by the Good Scotch. Ask for it at places.
The good scotch.
Give me a glass of that good scotch.
Oh, we're doing a longer ad read right away, sir.
Nothing I like better than kicking back with a nice glass.
Excuse me, child, what day is today? Do they have the good scotch at the market? Go and buy me the biggest bottle.
It's only December 1st. I don't know why you're getting so worked up.
I'm a terrible alcoholic. You need to go.
That's so
All
much
right.
eggnog.
All right, sorry.
And
see.
that's why.
This
That's
is
why
technically a
editing
podcast we
exists.
do.
It's
All
so
right.
good.
That was a Nets round.
20 minutes later.
A lot happened.
Glenn, obviously, milk and cookies. But
Milk
what
and
else you got
cookies.
going for you?
We got our carrots for the reindeer. We got our, this is all by, hearsay, of course. We got our candy cane, because candy, cookies and candy cane. And then I thought, Santa, he needs a nice, relaxing thing. Not the good scotch, sorry, but the good brandy. Just the brandy, I said.
Okay. Is anyone? I am familiar with leaving a carrot out for the reindeer. Anyone else? No.
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
people
I
are like,
did as
Heard
well.
of it. Or
But
reindeer
spoilers
snacks,
for
reindeer
the end.
food.
You
Not
can't
even
talk
commercially.
about.
Commercial carrots at your grocers.
All right. So that was Glenn, Micah, cookies and milk, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but also
then I said fudge. We've done that in the past because we would always make cookies
Language.
and fudge at the same time. So we'd leave some fudge for Santa Claus. Hot cocoa. And then
gotta stay
I
hydrated. Yep.
I just said a general booze.
Booze! Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Booze.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the number of people who are liquoring up Santa as he flies a sled. People.
He's
nothing
not
else up
flying
there.
it. The
Reindeer do
reindeer
most
Riding
are.
it.
Is
He's riding
directing
it.
steering the sled.
Oh my God! This is not a good.
He's got to stop at every
He
single
has-
house. He's barely ever in the sled.
He has 9 designated
So
drivers.
dangerous.
He's fine.
All right. Geez.
There's no the same rules don't apply in the sky. That's-
Okay.
The world is different there.
There's some
Skylaw?
pilots who have some
Airline
questions
pilot.
about that.
Discuss.
They have laws. They're just different.
Okay. Is
Airtime laws.
Is Santa an air marshal? Is that canon?
No.
No,
Wow.
Blitzen is.
Oh, Blitzen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Don't mess
Oh
with
yeah,
him.
he always had that narc look to him.
You have to have
Anyway,
one-
moving on. Jason, obviously, cookies and milk, but what else?
I said gingerbread because I was in the holiday spirit and trying to think of
Yep.
other things desperately. I made a callback to eggnog. We made it. Let's
Eggnog, the
send it
entire
to Santa.
topic of the previous round that no one else mentioned.
Yep.
Not one.
And I'm inspired here by a friend of the show, Philip Michaels, who does this every year because he knows that Santa will drink it all. Bourbon.
All. Bourbon.
Mhm.
Okay.
Should have put it in the eggnog.
Let's see. I think that brings us around to you, Dan. How'd you do?
Milk
Milk and cookies?
and cookies. You know what? I thought about eggnog the second after I clicked the button. And I was like, well, wish I put that down. That would have been good.
Yep. Yep.
Instead, I put Coca-Cola because he's in
Wow,
the advertising.
I love it.
Dan is in
pretty
the
good.
pocket of big soda. Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't. Santa doesn't get enough Coca-Cola and candy canes that you have to give it
That
to
dude
him.
is
They're two of the
wired.
food groups, though.
I'm pretty sure in the ads, isn't he delivering it? I don't even know.
You think
So-
he doesn't take a taste off the top?
Where do you think he gets
drinks
it from?
it.
I do not.
So do
you
the
can't-
polar bears.
You-
Skimming
Dan,
his
you-
own supply.
Yeah, you think Santa Claus is crooked? You think he's keeping double sets of those lists?
I think he's taking his
He's got a
cut.
version of himself. I'm on the good list, but that's not the real list. He's cooking the
I'm on the
books, that's what
great
you're saying?
list. After that, liquor because you got to balance out the Coca-Cola.
Wow, all the money.
And then I like literally could not think of anything, so I just put chocolate, and I was like, I don't know, I like chocolate.
I almost
Dan
put chocolate.
started strong and is now
It really fell off a
stumbling
cliff here
Yay.
somewhere.
like a
It's all the
reindeer with-
brandy.
reindeer
But
with
liquor
too
and
much
booze
eggnog.
are like the same things, anyways, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So we
Clearly.
disappointing round as far as melds. No melds this round. It doesn't always happen. It's real exciting when it does. Kathy, how are we dealing with all these varieties of adult beverages?
Yeah. So basically, I felt sorry for everybody.
You were imbued with the generosity of the Christmas spirit.
It's true. It's true. And also, really, Scotch, brandy, bourbon, liquor, and booze. Everyone,
Santa's having a
Everyone
good time.
gets a point.
everyone. Yeah. I think if one of you had not done some form of alcohol, or had done 2 types of alcohol, I would have not given it. But again, holiday spirit, baby.
It is
So
a holiday
that
spirit.
gave-
Holiday spirits.
That
Is
gave
there a
holiday
term
spirits.
when we all get the same thing, but we don't all get, one of us doesn't get all the things?
Great at this game show.
Don't.
It's called Kathy generously gave you points.
Thank
Yes.
you,
Oh.
Kathy.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Kathy.
It's a partial
Ah.
meld.
Parcel. All right. Let's see
Mel.
here. We
Mel.
gotta award some points. You know what? I want to give Glenn a carrot point. Or did you already give Glenn a
No,
carrot point?
well, so it's funny. It's funny because I was going to give him a carrot point, but then he was sassy to me.
Oh,
Wanted to turn that into a negative
what was I
point.
sassy about?
Mhm.
Roll the tape.
Yeah. But if you also want to give him a carrot point, I will just not give him a negative point, and
All
I
right.
will do something else.
Carrot
which-
point awarded.
Something worse.
All right. Is there somebody else you'd like to reward? Looking here, you've got things that you could reward or
Yeah.
punish, like fruitcake, like gingerbread, like eggnog, like chocolate, like Coca-Cola, like
You know what?
fudge or hot cocoa.
It's not going to make much of a difference either way.
Nope,
'cause
none of it
Dan's
really does.
Already like so far ahead, but I am still going to give him 1 point for Coca-Cola because that
All
is
Good
right.
answer.
it's a good answer.
Yeah. Okay.
You shoot that
people,
Coca-Cola.
we've been doing this for quite a while. It's time to go to the final round. As you know, in final round, everybody stretch, get ready.
I'm
Final
so
round's a
bad
little
at it.
different. Final round is the one round where right answers do matter. You're going to be given a category. You're going to need to name a thing when it's your turn. If you can't name a thing, you're out. And we're going to keep naming things until we run out of either people or things, one way or the other. That's how it works. Whoever, the longer you stay in, the more points you get. We are going to do this in the order: Glenn, Micah, Jason,
Oh, great.
Dan, Annette. Kathy is final arbiter on if your thing is a valid thing or not. Of
Okay,
course,
this is
if you say
going.
something that has already been said, you don't get points for it. That's not a legitimate act to a game. Do better than that. Be creative. Do something with your life. Get
No
out of your
pressure.
house. Go for a walk. And here it is. The topic for your final round is Christmas songs.
Yep.
How many Christmas songs can you name? Will you accidentally name something that's not a Christmas song? Looking at you, Glenn, thinking about that banana song right now. Not going to work. So I need to hear a Christmas song from. When I say here, I just need to hear the name.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, just the name of it.
Damn it,
Just the
almost
name of
gotcha.
it.
Just
Not
the
saying
name of it.
Yeah.
Glenn, Christmas song.
Jingle bells.
Micah, Christmas song.
Let it snow.
Jason, Christmas song.
The Christmas song.
Nice.
Ah,
Dan, Christmas song.
White Christmas.
Technically, that's a climate change. Nope, I'm
No.
told we're going to accept it.
Mm.
Annette, Christmas song.
Joy to the world.
Glenn, Christmas song.
Silent night.
Micah, Christmas song.
Frosty the Snowman.
Jason, Christmas song.
Donde está Santa Claus?
Dan, Christmas song.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Annette, Christmas song.
Oh, come all ye faithful.
Ah.
Glenn.
Feliz Navidad.
Ah, nice.
Micah.
Feliz Navidad.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Jason.
All I want for Christmas is you.
Technically a Christmas song. Dan.
Jingle Bell Rock.
Annette.
The first Noel.
Slightly faster pace. Glenn.
Angels we have heard on high.
Micah.
Away in a manger.
Jason.
I saw 3 ships.
Dan.
Run, Run, Rudolph.
Annette.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem.
Glenn.
Drummer boy. Little drummer boy.
Micah.
Oh dear. I'm out.
Yeah, good because oh dear
Well
is
done,
not a
Micah.
Christmas
Well
song.
done. Jason.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Ah,
Dan.
Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Annette.
Oh, come, Emmanuel.
Glenn.
I saw mommy christening Santa Claus.
Chrising?
Kissing. Chris Kringling Santa.
Jason. Whoa. Jason.
Whoa.
I just go nuts at Christmas.
Dan.
What? Wait, what?
Is-
I just go nuts at Christmas.
Okay. Okay.
It's sort of racist against Swedish people. It's from the old times. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess that gets you
Okay.
points, but everyone's judging you now.
Yep.
Dan, do you have anything that's slightly less racist?
Let it
hopefully?
snow.
Already done.
Yeah.
Micah did it.
You're right.
round
It was at the
one.
beginning.
Yep. That's okay.
Annette,
Oh, holy night.
just checking that has
Yep,
not been said already. All right.
It has not.
Glenn.
White Christmas?
Yeah. Already
Oh,
done.
already
shoot, I
done.
couldn't remember.
Also in
Out.
first round.
Dang
Yep.
it.
It's been a while.
Yep, it's been a while.
Yep.
I was so
Jason.
focused on writing out the list of everyone's.
Same.
That I
Christmas in
Jason.
Sarajevo by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh,
Annette.
very good.
Oh,
Silent Night.
Already said.
Ah.
All right.
Oh.
who's the winner? Jason?
Jason.
Good work.
That's the
Jason.
longest I've lasted in one of these rounds.
No,
Yeah,
you
well
all
Did
done.
no one did Carol of the Bells, did they?
Oh,
Nope.
no one did
No.
many things. It just
There
was
are
that
a
stuff.
lot of things that did not get done.
We have Christmas Tree O Tannenbaum? I don't think we did that one either.
Oh, you're right.
Nope.
We could sing that in German.
I am
Jason,
suddenly
you and I.
realizing there's a lot of Christmas songs.
Yeah.
A lot of Christmas.
Oh,
I know, there's a
Tannenbaum.
lot.
And I
It's,
should have
you know,
remembered more of them. My wife
the
has made a
goal is
6-hour
always-
Christmas playlist.
You want something that has a finite
They all
set
blend
but a
together.
very long,
do.
option, and ideally something that does not come in a song format that Lex Friedman has already memorized.
Yes.
So that's the criteria I use for selecting that final round. So of course, Jason was the last person standing there and picks up the 10 points. Annette, I think you were next to last, so
Mhm.
you were going to get 8. I'm watching as Kathy updates things. Glenn gets 6. Dan gets 4, and Micah gets 2.
Like
But
my
I
two
think-
front teeth.
You
Yeah.
did very well. I mean, it was you got into the 5th round before anyone went out, and then
Yeah.
then it kind of tumbled, right? So a lot of songs were named here. So very good work. So I think the last thing we have to do here is that Kathy is going to tell us about our final scores and our winner of Meld Tenmus.
Yes. Micah has 57 points. Annette has 61. Jason has 71. Glenn has 72. And Dan ran away with an 86.
Whoa.
Wow. Good job, Dan. You are the most Christmas of all of us.
You win
I'll
Christmas.
have to drink my
So-
bourbon and rum and liquor.
And-
Is this
And
once
booze!
again at
Put it in
Christmas,
your
the two
nog.
Jewish people,
Yeah.
come in first and second, and the
Yeah.
Christmas game.
Yep. Very similar
We
to
know
the
our Christmas.
Christmas trivia.
We've studied. You were merely
We have
born
studied
into the
it.
Christmas
Studied
tradition.
American
We have
citizens.
studied the Christmas
Yes.
tradition.
The convert is the loudest,
Yes.
you know. So-
Even commercially.
Even commercially. God bless us all
Commercially.
commercially.
God
Well,
bless us, everyone.
Thank you to all our players. Thank you to my lovely scorekeeper, Kathy Campbell. I've been Tony Sindelar. You've been listening to Game Show on the Incomparable Network. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have yourself a merry little Tenmas.
We did it.
Yay!
That went very well. Good
We
work.
did
Good
we
work.
did a
Good
movie.
job.
That was fun.
I
That
think
was
it
very
was that
coherent.
weird movie where they go to space that we did from like 1930, where there's the hilarious Scandinavian drunk who speaks with the exaggerated Swedish accent, and we looked
Yes.
it up, and it was like there was a period where that's who everybody made fun of racially, was the Scandinavian immigrants. And from that period comes Christmas novelty song I Just Go Nuts at Christmas by Harry Stewart posing as fictional Swede Yogi Jorgensen. And
Oh
just to
my
let you know how
gosh.
creative it was, the B-side of that single was Yingle Bells.
Oh
So
my God.
Wow.
Is that the
Wow.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt
Wow.
era, or is that German?
simpler time.
That's right. From 1928
well,
to 1933, the Swede was the source of all racial tension. And
It was
Oh.
short-lived, but
yeah,
the nostalgia.
Well,
Good
thank
times.
you all for being here. Jason, why don't you take us off?
All right.
YouTube.
Oh,
Goodbye.
you take off.
To YouTube and
Bye.
Bootleg. Goodbye.
Bye.
Merry